Away from Texas.
Yes, sir. Watch you every single day. Nobody lays it down like Uncle Neely and the pregame show.
Neely, pregame show behind the scenes for everything. And why does he get that kind of access? Why does he get that kind of access? Because trust is involved. You would never get the kind of access you desire unless there's trust and relationship. You're trying to put you up on game.
Smitty, equipment, how goes it?
What's up, my man Neely?
I cannot complain, brother.
Good, all is good in our world, man. We're fired up. We've got a good several summer workouts. The squad is looking good. Coach Brian seems happy with what's going on, so we're just trying to build and build and build to get ready for the fall.
Let me tell you something, man. People watch these videos, whether it's Well Off, Darius, or myself, and they see the morning conditioning. I don't think they understand how that stuff gets out there before practice.
Yeah, early mornings for us, but you know, it's good. There's a lot of theories on whether to work out in the morning or work out later in the afternoon. I've always been a morning guy, and it's good. There's just a little bit different energy in the morning. So easy for us in the summer to get up here, get those pristine fields set up before anybody else is out there, and then when the staff and the players come up, it's just ready for football. It's good.
What time does y'all's day start?
It depends on the schedule, but usually we're in here 5:30, 6 o'clock, getting a few things set on the field, get back down in here and make sure that we have the right presence for the players to come in. You know, everything is here for them when they get here, but like most people, you know, it's good to have a friendly, smiling face in the morning when you're coming into work or coming into practice. So we try to be here with smiles on our faces and a ready hello for those guys when they come through.
Let me peel back this onion a little more because they're
got a lot of layers to our onion.
It is, man. I'm telling you,
a lot of layers.
There's different days, different drills. How do y'all communicate with the coaches to know what to set up on this day or that day?
It's a good question. You know, the summer is all about player-led practices. So we've kind of got an ear to what the coaches are wanting to see, how the offensive and defensive schemes are coming together. So there's a formula, right? A little bit of individual skill work, and then we'll get together as a group, either team, 7-on, a little bit of one-on-one stuff. So it kind of just depends on who's there. If we've got a couple guys down or we're trying to give them a break, some things the timing will turn down and other things will turn up. But usually it's a pretty simple rhythm of individual drill work, which we know from our position coaches, and then that's followed up by a little bit of group work, more group work, and a little bit of team at the end.
And talk to us about your team here, because you rely heavily on some volunteer students, and then you have also a staff as well.
Yeah, listen, I have the greatest group in the world. Nobody in the country has a better group than we do, right? So Luke Westall's been here for a while, and there's no finer human being. There's nobody that cares more about this place than Luke. Isaac, we had just left us, but Emily came in last year, and she's been a breath of fresh air for us since the day that she walked in. And then, of course, we've got a host of students. Steven's in here with us. Say what's up, Steven.
How's it going? I'm Steven. Best DQ staff in the nation.
Steven's working a little late night trying to get through this clinic, but you know, these kids come in, they don't get paid a lot of money, frankly. A lot of hours that they spend in here, a lot of detailed work, but you know, they have great spirit, they do a great job, and we're lucky to have all of them.
So how do you staff up differently from the spring, summer, or the season?
It's a great question. So we try to get a rhythm so that when we start that first day of fall camp, there's no newness. Everybody's kind of plugged in so that we can hit the ground at 100 miles an hour. So to do that, we'll try to get a mix of older kids and younger kids. And then in the spring, winter workouts that you were just a part of, we'll try to bring a new crew in then, and we'll try to have our older kids that are on the way out, educate them a little bit, show them, you know, how we need to carry ourselves and how things get set up. And then by the time we get to the summer, we cut them loose to get a little bit of a break and earn some money in the summer. But then that group of 30 or so kids, when they come back for fall camp, they've been through it, whether just a spring practice or winter workout or a full fall. and then Emily and Luke will have established a bit of a hierarchy so that there's a structure, and the younger kids have someone to go to and listen to. They have someone to follow, and if we've done our job right, then the first day of fall camp, when it comes up, we'll be operating just like the last day of last year's fall camp.
And you know, speaking of fall camp, you guys start a little earlier getting that stuff out there during those days.
Yeah, when it's full on practice and we've got the full crew, we're moving fields, different locations to try to keep grass fresh, but same drill. You know, we kind of get into a rhythm and get in here early and try to get everything set and ready. Yeah. And then when everybody else starts to roll down, they're looking at a field that just makes them feel like it's go time.
Speaking of, man, I've been in some meetings where you popped in on Coach Prime and y'all were discussing which fields to use this day or that day. Mm-hmm. How do you take into place that rotation?
That's really up to Coach Prime. So there's a couple things here. We have, you know, Colorado's a tight campus, so we have different fields that we can rotate back and forth. And we have sort of a dedicated field, which we were on today up at Franklin. And that's a good field for us, but it's not as big a footprint. So sometimes in camp, I think he wants to see a little bit more square footage for the position groups to get more room to do their individual drill work. So sometimes early in the season in camp, he'll be looking to be down there on the lower fields. When we go down there, we need to make sure it looks like our home. Yeah. Nothing else in play, and it just looks like $1 million. So when that happens, we have a little bit more work to clean things up and make it look like no one's ever been there before. But for the most part, I think Coach Prime is pretty comfortable up on those upper fields, and that's kind of our proving grounds, right? So when we open the doors to walk out on that field, it's go time for everybody involved, from our students all the way up to the coaching staff. And
finally, Brother Smitty, Colorado is once again a Nike school, and you have a rich history relationship with Nike.
Yeah.
How's that transition been, you know, based on you having been on both sides of it?
You know, it's good. I said to you when we met a couple years ago, we were lucky back in the day to have a pretty strong relationship with Nike, and we were one of the longer tenured contract schools. And I feel like we built a bit of a foundation there so that when Coach Prime comes here, he can just build on a relationship that's already been established a little bit. And as you know very well, from knowing him as well as you do, he's all about relationship.
Absolutely.
So I think in the short time that he's been here, a lot of the fans will see kind of the fruits of those relationships come to life next year. We've got some new uniforms coming that I think he's been pretty excited about. I don't think many people have seen them. Yeah. A lot of people don't really know much about them. I know that you do.
I'm smiling because everybody's in the comments right now, or will be in the comments when they watch this, going, show the uniforms. And I never show the uniforms.
Yeah, that's Coach Prime's deal now. He's told me many times, our players are the content, right?
Yeah.
So for them to be able to go out and showcase something new, that just makes you breathe a little deeper, walk a little taller, and feel a little bit better. And I think he understands the value of that.
Yeah.
And then obviously when the fans see that, they get a chance to see it with the rest of the world, and they can comment on it. They can kind of give us their feedback then. But the relationship has never been stronger, in my opinion, and I think that's going to give a lot of people a whole lot to look forward to in terms of how we show up and how we look.
My man Smitty, best equipment man in the game.
Neely, you're a good person, man. It's always good when you're hanging out with us, man. It's a good day for us. First thing I'm going to tell you, and Rick mentioned it, Coach mentioned it, treat our staff with respect. We will respect you all day long. We'll do everything that we have, everything in our power to make sure you have all the tools that you need to succeed. So I'm asking you, I'm telling you, check in with these guys. Stop in, say hello. A number of you did this morning. It was great to hear. Find out that Emily played hockey in college. Separated her shoulder in a game, went to the bench. The trainer tried to put her shoulder back in, couldn't do it. She said what? I'm embarrassing you here. Hold my stick. Bounced her shoulder against the board to get her shoulder back in so she could keep playing. That's who we have. Get to know them, respect them. All right? The second thing I'm going to talk to you about is the locker room. That's where you'll probably spend the most time around here, and you will treat that place with respect. All right? It's a simple rule down there. Take care of your space. Nothing on the floor. Doors closed. I'm not going to bother you too much about what's inside, but don't have the inside of your locker look like a trash heap, right? Gavin, I'm going to call you out. Our guys won't go near your locker. It smells a little funny. Keep your stuff clean. We'll wash it for you every day, all right? But that is a standard that does not falter, right? If that locker room isn't clean, if there's stuff on the floor, you're going on a list. You don't want to be on that list, right? You want to be on the list of doing everything right, handling your business, because we don't have time for it. We've got to win right now, and it starts in that locker room. Keep everything clean. Any questions for me, for my staff? Thanks, Coach.
Everybody listen up. Get together with your group. Break it down and rotate. Going this way. Rotate.